Lauren White. Today is 2020, September the 16th. I'm standing in front of Port Colborne High School's BrokenSpokes program, and I'm introducing Aubrey Foley in the background, who is the operator, if that's the word, inventor, creator, and volunteer operator of this program, BrokenSpokes. I met Aubrey as a kid when I was in grade 3, 4, 5, and he lived in a cul-de-sac right beside the Canada Cement railway tracks, and we used to play on the tracks and put pennies. You remember pennies? We used to have pennies, put them on the tracks to see what the trains did to them, and shine up the railway spikes that we could find that held the ties in place, and had a great time. And he's had a long and varied career. Now that he is officially retired, he's not. He volunteers all over the place. Truly a great guy. He's an ex-Rotarian from the Port Colborne Centennial Club. That club is closed, and this is what Aubrey now does with his time. So we're not wearing masks because there's only 2 of us and we're 2 meters apart. So Aubrey can remove his so we can read his lips a little better, make it a little easier. Morning, Aubrey.
Well, good morning, Lauren, and fellow Rotarians. Thank you for taking some time today to join me here at one of the most amazing programs you'll possibly be introduced to. I would have to say in Canada, being it's the only one. Taking a lot of my previous volunteer assignments over the last number of years, I managed to extract many positive tools out of each one of those organizations, and I started 12 years ago out of my home shop repairing bikes as a hobby, as a retiree, to keep myself busy and teach myself something different, and managed to do okay instructing myself. As a bad student, I turned out okay in the repair end, and currently consider myself to be fairly adept at diagnosing and repairing any type of bicycle, but more importantly, bicycles that are deemed to be landfill or waste. And I recycle these bicycles, and the most important step next is to turn them back into the hands of those that are deserving individuals, children and adults. So from my garage shop 12 years ago, I had a request from an individual I knew for many years to see if I could help get a bicycle prepared and put in a box for a vacation going into Cuba, where they were going to donate the bike. Learning of Cuba and the needs and the lack of transportation, and in fact the bicycle was being donated by this traveler, I stepped it up a notch and said I would not only prepare the bike for the airline travel in a box that has specific specs on it, I would also donate the bicycle to help an individual in a country where I've never been. And from that is where a senior citizen gets pulled in to the whirlpool of life. I had a call on that return trip from Cuba, and a photo dropped off at my house showing me just what that bicycle meant to the Cuban family. And then the question was, is it okay if I put this on social media? So 12 years ago, with no phone, cell phone that is, and no understanding of social media, I said yes. And after that yes went out on social media, I am now close to 11,000 bikes later, into my 13th year of doing repairs, 6 years as a volunteer instructor at Port Colborne High School in a bike repair class called the BrokenSpoke bicycle repairs. I currently ship to 5 countries throughout our great world, and I deal with 19 different agencies.
Let's go inside now, Aubrey. The power is going down on this phone, unfortunately, and I want to make sure we cover it. This is the truck with which he brings in the bicycles that are received, and then here's what happens inside the building. I'll just give you a quick pan of the room. This former auto shop in the city of Port Colborne, or the Port Colborne High School. And here we go.
Okay, as Warren said, the truck itself belongs to myself. The contents of the room that we are visiting today, everything in here I brought to this room, including taking the time to paint the floors, the walls, and all the furniture inside. Port Colborne High School, through the DBSN, the District South Niagara School Board, has graciously allowed me to use this piece of real estate, 5,000 square feet, as a classroom, and I have set it up. Fortunately enough, just through good luck, it was COVID standards from the very beginning. All my workstations are a minimum of 2 meters apart. And this is a credit course. It's attended by students that are co-op students, grade 10, 11, and 12. And they immediately see the importance of taking something that was landfill waste, turning it back into a recyclable piece of transportation. We meet all the mandate of no fossil fuels. We get exercise, we can travel, we give independence, and the list of benefits of using a bicycle after its life has ended is never ending. The important part is that this is the only bicycle repair shop in all of Canada, and you can Google this, starting with Vancouver, going through to St. John, Newfoundland. The only bicycle repair shop in Canada that is a credit course for the students, and it entirely reaches back out into our community. Currently here in Port Colborne, we take care of our home area first, the Niagara region. We start in Port Colborne by helping with port cares, then we reach out to community living, then we reach out to Matthew House in Fort Erie, then we work our way to Niagara Falls, to the Catholic Diocese, then we work over to Virgil for the migrant farm workers who help take care of our crops and tender fruits every year. And then from there, there's a total of 19 agencies. The last one we finish up with here in Ontario is the Downtown Hamilton Housing Project, where we provide bikes to those that need help in their community. Secondly, we reach out through 5 countries in the world. As we walk back through the shop, on my immediate right over here, these are bicycles that have just come in out of the landfills. Landfills, why I mentioned that, my most important partner next to the high school is the Niagara region. The Niagara region in Ontario here reached out to me 5 years ago and offered me the opportunity of them putting bicycles at landfill sites, of which there are 5 landfill sites. They put those aside, and each time they acquire 20 bicycles, they message me, and I schedule in a pickup with my truck. I start with Side Road 12 in Grimsby. I go down to Kent Street Recycling, QEW, Niagara Falls, the Bridge Street Landfill, Fort Erie, back to Town Line, landfill in Welland, and Walker Brothers Recycling and Waste Management in Thorold. Those 5 sites provide me an annual inventory of 2,500 to 3,000 bicycles per year, not counting what the public and service clubs such as Rotary and other clubs drop off at the school. We have a drop-off zone outside where Lauren and I were with the truck. Bicycles can be brought here 24/7. They go in a rack. Each evening at 7 o'clock, 7 days a week, I visit this school in the evening, and any bicycles that have been donated during the day, I pick them up and put them in the shop so they're safe and secure for the night. Those 2,500 to 3,000 bicycles have changed the lives of people throughout the 5 countries I ship to and many other facilities here within the Niagara region. Also within this same group, we have our students, and with our students I have selected, and the board has been very cooperative. We have a couple of students that have some challenges such as autism, and we also reached out to our community group homes for adult living, and we make sure that we have somebody from our group homes on a workstation, and we assign a student to them so they can see what an impact it means and what it has by a student putting time in with somebody that has challenges in life. Our rules in this shop are very simple. As Lauren and I walk around, cleanliness is the utmost. Being organized and keeping things in a very orderly fashion also helps generate taking young minds and putting their life into an orderly fashion. And I firmly believe that one of the lessons that we miss in a lot of our school systems is the lessons of adult life. From adolescence to becoming a young man or a young woman, there are many steps we learn, sometimes the hard way as we go through life. In this shop here, when my students arrive, they automatically come into a very bright, a very highly organized, clean work environment. Our first start of every workday is not fixing bikes. Our first start of every workday, we have a fireside chat, a meeting. We get together as a group, and the first question is how's everybody doing and how did everything go last night? And if anyone has anything they want to discuss or talk about, it's very open, it's very honest, and it's very sincere. Number one rule is in my shop, at all times, we will be respectable to each other. We have no biases, we have no comments, and we have no judgment on anybody. When it comes to religion, it's not for us to discuss. When it comes to color, it's not for us to see. And when it comes to our beliefs, politically or otherwise, we are going to be mute. A heart is a heart, blood is blood, a human's a human. And when there's a need, there's a need. No different than hunger. Hunger is hunger, and we provide food to keep people nourished. In here, we provide what we can to keep our students positive, supply them with the tools they need, and generate the things we need to make our society and our country better. We were lucky enough to be recognized by the Niagara region in their annual conference, which is held somewhere in North America every year. We took the award of silver for the most innovative recycling program in North America, from Mexico all the way to the Yukon. The highest award the Niagara region has ever received in 46 years. And that was accomplished through the students and their heart into the program that they believe in. I'm very proud of what they've done, and I'm going to reach out to show them how to get gold. That's our next step. The shop here, everything that you see in it is all donated. It's all used. It's all recyclable. We do not have the luxury of a budget. We do not have the luxury of anything other than heart and drive and people donating. Lauren's showing you right now, we had a call from the warehouse of Hope in St. Catharines. We were getting 50 bicycles prepared for a sea container. It will have a mixture of 50 bicycles from our shop. I have a back room full of medical supplies. That will be traveling on that same sea container, along with many other items of clothing, shoes, and things that people desperately need from that earthquake zone from 9 years ago. Unfortunately, things have not really changed much. It's still a very depressed